Taking a close-up look here at Skeletor's face, I gotta say that it does look like he's got some pretty thick lips. Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Now, among all of the new figures from Wave 9, it seems that the Skeletor and He-Man 2002 figures are the ones that are least requested by you guys for reviews. But you know what? It's their 20th anniversary, and I'm going to give these figures their just due. So let's get into checking out the evil Lord of Destruction from 2002, Skeletor. Also, welcome back, 2002 style sticker, welcome back. The pictorial references on the back of the card mention only to fit the Havoc staff into his hand and then twist his body into powerful battle positions. I'm surprised that the all-new redesigned power sword isn't even mentioned at all. Just the shameless copy of the Havoc staff. What's up? There's a nice illustration here of Skeletor using the Havoc staff to blast at the Mystic Wall. This scene references a very important key moment from the classic 2002 cartoon. I believe it was in the first episode, and says here, after 16 years, Skeletor broke down the Mystic Wall and sought revenge on those who imprisoned him. I think it's interesting how this whole scene and description does not even bother to mention anything about this version of Skeletor being that from the 2002 era. It just hints at it. So in case you're expecting something like a portal in the multiverse opens and a mysterious new Lord of Destruction emerges. In case you're expecting something like that ties in the two franchises, no, they don't do that here. There's something that I thought was pretty interesting, and which I also noticed when I did the review for Montana, is that the accessories are now sealed into the plastic packaging. Previously, as I recall, they used to come in these sort of like separate plastic bags, and they would sometimes just like flop around behind the figure. But this time around, with the new figures in this wave, the accessories appear to be neatly given their own slot in the back of the figure, but as part of the packaging. And I think that this just makes for a much more neater display. Okay guys, we've got him out now. The Lord of Destruction, the Overlord of Evil, Skeletor 2002. Now, upon first glance, I can see why there's a lot of hesitation among most of you out there when it comes to wanting to pick up this figure. However, I believe very strongly that by the end of this review, perhaps, many of you would also find yourselves having a change of heart. Okay, let's get down to it. The skull face on this figure is admittedly the biggest bone of contention. Well, looking at it up close like this, I will say that it's a very different design for Skeletor. It's not exactly the design that he actually had for his face in the 2002 figure that came out. But there's a lot here that's actually very, very admirable. The eyes look fantastic, actually. And there's a lot of detailing that's been put into the skull mouth, all right? The teeth, okay, look at the teeth there, right? This very well defined teeth. And it's really quite remarkable, actually, except for the fact that maybe it's a little bit thick, and some of you have mentioned that he kind of looks like a monkey. The chest armor is similar to previous chest armors that we've seen on Skeletor, except you get this bright red spot in the middle there, and this is the only indicator that this is a tie-in to the 2002 armor. They should have done more work. All these circular segments here that are on the shoulder pads, these should have been colored as well, a color of magenta, I believe it was, to really define this as something that's different. Over at the bottom here, we get the new redesigned loincloth. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I do believe that's supposed to be the face of Hodak, right? That's on his buckle there. Now, this entire loincloth is the longer design, and this is accurately lifted off his 2002 figure version. However, they did skimp on the paint. As you can see here, there's a lot of bits here, the circular bits that are around the edges of the loincloth that should have been colored in lighter orange or magenta, but they kind of skimped on that. Okay, so that's regrettable, but overall it's nice that they added this new piece of attire. Now he's got the arm bracelets, right, this time around. As compared to the Wave 1 version, he's now got these dark colored arm bracelets. Okay, these are nice. Over at the bottom here, he's got newly designed armor on the boots. These are quite nice, all right, with the red spots right in the center there. Okay, so he does have quite a fair bit of new attire, all right, on the figure. Now, over on the back of the figure, it's more or less the same old Skeletor that we've come to know from previous versions of the figure. Nothing much to see here. All of the action is more on the front, but they have in fact added quite a fair bit of new tooling to this figure. It's not just a shameless repaint like what they did with the Evelyn figure from Wave 5. No, they did put in some effort on this figure. I believe it's worthy of consideration. With these accessories, you get an all-new redesigned power sword. Now, although this sword isn't a faithful enough replica of the 2002 design, it is very much inspired by it, and it looks really nice. If you'll notice, the blade here has shiny, reflective paint coating. All right, can you see that? It looks really good. I wasn't expecting this, and there's a lot of intricate detail that's been worked into the handle. It looks very nice. Very pleasing to the eye. This whole sword actually needs to be a whole lot bigger, but I would still say that they did a pretty good job with it. The chief offender here is the Havoc staff, which is just a lazy repaint of all the other previous versions of the Havoc staff that we've gotten with the Origin Skeletor figures. And if they had just fixed this one thing here, all right, given us a more 2002 accurate Havoc staff, I believe that this entire package would have been elevated so much further. Having said that, I dare you to say that once you've gotten all of the accessories onto him like this, that he doesn't look just a fair bit impressive. Because he kind of does, alright? And I also think it's notable that he comes with 2 grip hands. So that now, unlike the Wave 1 Skeletor, he can actually in fact hold both the power sword and the Havoc staff comfortably at the same time. Now, what do you guys think about that? Let me know what you guys think of him right here, alright? What do you think of how Skeletor looks like? I do have the original 2002 Skeletor figure still carded. I'm surprised I don't have a version of him that's open just yet. But you can see the differences here between the two figures. Namely, especially as I mentioned with the Havoc staff. The Havoc staff is completely different. Alright, the ram horns are like completely separated from the staff. They're huge. The ram skull is big. And also the sword is the blades are not supposed to be stuck together. Alright, they're supposed to be separated and it's supposed to be really big. Okay. But other than that, I would have to say that all of the basic homages are present in this 2002 inspired Origin Skeletor. Now, if I were to bring the two heads up close for comparison, you can see that there are very similar aspects between the two, especially in the cowl. But the face structure is different. Okay, the skull face on the original 2002 head is different, all right? It just has a different structure altogether, especially with the mouth. And I think that, well, they just went with something a little bit different for this Origins version. Perhaps in time, like I said, you guys will come to accept it, or not. But perhaps a better comparison would be if I were to place him alongside the Wave 1 Skeletor figure from Origins, and you can see that, in fact, side by side, the new figure is vastly improved in many aspects. And you're getting a whole lot more better functionality and visual aspects to the figure that are not present with the original Skeletor. It's just they're two different figures altogether, and I really am starting to appreciate the fact that we're getting a new carded Skeletor figure that looks very different from the previous incarnations of him, except when it comes to that damn Havoc stuff. What are you? Your future. Yeah! Okay guys, so that's the video. Let me know what you guys think of Skeletor 2002 from MOTU Origins Wave 9. I want to hear from you guys as always in the comment section. I try to reply all of your comments where possible, and I thank you for showing up every time. Alright, I really appreciate you guys being here. I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Thank you and take care.